Okay, so we have our constellation info. Each constellation has an array of stars which references the points in space that these lines are drawn. Now, I'm happy to say that how we're going to go about rendering our constellations is very similar to how we rendered the stars. So the workflow will be the same, as in we're going to create a mesh for each constellation. Then for each mesh, we'll create an object, and each object will have a material with a shader that we'll write, and then we'll go ahead and instantiate it. So let's have a look at how we're going to create that mesh. We will be using a topology called lines, a line mesh topology, and this is such a blessing because it works in just the same way that our constellation databases work. I'll show you what I mean by that. So it says here that every two indices in the mesh index buffer form a line. So you might remember with our stars, we had indices just going from 0 to the length of stars. With the mesh topology of lines, we just have a 0 to 1 would form a line between those two indices. 1 to 2 would form a line between those two. And I'll show you why we're really happy to have that, because if we have a look at our constellation's HIP files, this is the data that we're working with. This is just how they work. So as in, so this is index 0. I'll see if I can get it closer here. Okay, so index 0 being 26727. This would be a line from this one to this one, and then a line from this one to this one, then a line from this one to this one, etc. Which would be 0 to 1, 2 to 3, 4 to 5 in terms of indices. Which is, and it's exactly how mesh topology of lines works. The one thing I just want to be clear about is that sometimes we got two copies of the references to the star info. This is okay. This isn't some this is not inefficient or anything, because it's only a reference to the star info. It's not a literal copy of the data. Yes. Okay. So let's go ahead and create it. So in our scripts, we're going to create a new script. Oh, by the way, brand new keyboard. Yeah, I'm hoping that this one's going to be a little bit quieter. It's got compare it to this. This is the old one I was using. It's got like these big mechanical keys. This new one's it's quite nice, and it's Bluetooth. Okay. Anyway, we're going to go into scripts and asset generators, and we're going to create a new class. This is called a constellation. Not in caps lock, constellation mesh generator .cs. Now I mentioned that this is a similar workflow to what we've already been doing. In fact, it's so similar that I'm going to open my star mesh generator and I'm going to do a fair bit of copying and pasting. In fact, this is a really lazy way. Oh, I shouldn't do it. It's bad practice. I was going to do a big old copy paste. I won't do a big old copy paste. It's not smart. Okay, so I'm going to use Unity Engine. I'm also going to use system.link. We'll also, you know what? Bugger this. I know it's dumb, but we'll figure out what bugs there are.